Hello, this is Angela Brook from Angela Brook Art, and it's been a while since I've done a video. I had a bad sinus cold and I really wasn't good for making a video. So what I'm going to do today is a quick video on, I did this sunset, I did it a while ago, and now I want to add some land to it. So I'm going to show you a quick way that you can add land. And because this sky does have some purple in it, I will put some purple in there. But the main color that I'm going to use for the dirt, because it would be, it would be the sand, is I'm going to use the ultramarine blue, and I'm going to use my go-to colors, burnt umber. I feel like these make a nice natural dark color. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to make it all the same color. So the sand that's closer, the brush I'm going to use is pointed, and this is kind of a stiffer pointed brush, and I want to be able to get that shape. So the dirt that is here won't be as detailed, so when I get a little bit closer I'm going to add some details, and I'll show you how I do that just by adding some extra ultramarine or the brown, whichever direction you want to go. So I just put little pieces on my palette, and I'm going to mix kind of equal parts to start and see what color I get. I'm just taking a dab of the blue and a dab of the brown, and it's toning down that brown. So I like that. I think it's a nice dark color. And I want to make sure I have enough there. I don't want to run out of color, although I could certainly, mix it pretty easy, but I want to mix some together. Then what I'm going to do is, I have my brush loaded up. It doesn't matter if it's mixed, because this is a small palette. I'm just going to sort of go across here, and there's spots where the water might come out further, and then there's spots where it might, go back in. It's not going to be a straight line across, and so I'm just putting it in place. And to get the look, so now I have these hard lines. And I'll show you what we can do to make it look not such a hard line. And there's some blobs in there. I'm gonna get those out. Then I'm gonna wipe my brush off a little bit. And I want to put some of that blue. I'm putting just some blue on there, and I'm gonna kind of have that in front, just that it would be like reflecting on the sky. Or I could put some of the ultramarine purple. Ultramarine is or ultramarine violet. It's a beautiful purple. Because I have some of that in the sky, so I'm just going to put some of that on my brush, and then I'm going to put that on my sand. And it's sort of like it would be reflecting there. And you don't want to get super detailed because you don't want to get bogged down. Like you wouldn't have perfectly shaped seashells or anything like that close in front. And I'm going to straighten that out a little bit. So this would be water. So if I had, white waves, it would look like water. But I'm going to show you another way. In order to get this to look like water, I'm going to wipe a lot of the paint off of my brush, and I'm going to do some highlights. So in my water would be some brown. This is where I'm sort of just painting it out. I don't have a lot on my brush, and I'll show you. I'm going to go back over it again, and that's how I'm going to get that look like I have movement with this water. It's not a white frothy water. It's the sun has set, and I have that darkness in there. Then I'm going to go across this line, and I don't want this line so straight. So I'm just going to go like that, and you're going to see the difference that makes. I'm just going to kind of move it along. I'm just pushing that, and I'm getting rid of that hard line. I don't like that hard line. So once I put it and I like it, I just go along, I'm just smushing my brush. It can go in, it doesn't matter. And you kind of, when you're working on this, you kind of need to stand back and see how it looks. And you can kind of put some little splashes. You don't want to get like super repetitive because it would not look it wouldn't look super repetitive. So just be careful of that. Like what I do here, I don't necessarily have to do over there. And I'm just adding some interest, and I'm making it that the line doesn't look super straight. And then if you don't like how much you have in here, I can take a dry brush and I can lift some of that out. And now I'm breaking up those solid lines, and I'm making that look more like water. And this brush is slightly damp, but it's not saturated with water. And now I just took those lines that were hard before, and now they look like they are waves. And I can come on this side, I can wipe that off a little bit, and I can come on this side, kind of wipe some of that out too. And that's giving me that contrast. It's giving me that dark, because water definitely has contrast in it. So now I'm making this water move. It's not just sitting still, that's creating some movement. And that is it. It is that easy just to add that water onto there. And if, as you look at it, if you want to add something in front, you can also make that this is further in front of you, and you can do that by simply going, I need to add some water. So water down your paint, get a nice thin, and just go up. If you want to add, like you have some vegetation there. You know what, you wouldn't be super detailed because this is at night. We think we could see it, but we know stuff is there, but we know we can't see super details of it. So you're just sort of breaking that up, and it looks like it's in front of it. It just adds another element of depth. Makes it look a little bit farther away from where you're at. Same thing, you can just pull up some strands. Don't do it across the whole thing. That wouldn't look, good. Just one or two there. And that is it. So now I took a painting that had no water line, and I added a horizon line. And if you don't like how dark it is, you can kind of stand back. It's very easy while your paint is wet. I'm rinsing my brush real good. If I want to lighten this up a little bit and make it that it's just taking this brush, and now it's going to look like the sun is reflecting there. So now we know it's sand, but we also know that the water is coming through there. The water is moving, and the sun would be reflecting down on that. You know how that sun reflects on water? It kind of goes off of there. So I hope this was helpful. I will start doing some more videos. I appreciate you following me, and I appreciate you stopping by. And just keep painting, and don't be afraid, it's only paint. And while it's wet, you can still take it off, and then you can always go back and add some back on if you want. So I don't want to take it all off, so now I like it. Now I added some of the reflections of the water on the front, and now I consider it done. So I hope that was helpful, and happy painting.